Let's get right into it. Number 10. Ever notice how no matter what classroom or coffee shop you walk into, you always end up choosing the exact same seat? First day, you pick a spot by the window. 2 weeks later, it's your personal throne. Someone else takes your spot, and suddenly the whole day feels off, like you put your shoes on the wrong feet. You're not alone. Everyone does it, whether it's front row, back corner, or the only seat with a view of the door. Your brain just loves a routine. It's like, if we survived class from this spot last time, let's not mess with success. That reserved seat isn't just comfort. It's your brain's secret control panel for feeling safe and in charge. You start forming little rituals. Bag goes here, cup goes there, same playlist, same order, instant chill. It doesn't matter if the whole cafe's empty, you'll still gravitate to your unofficial spot. The funny part? Nobody else cares. But to you, it's basically a tiny kingdom. Next time you catch yourself defending your seat, remember, it's not just a chair. It's your brain's way of holding on to sanity. Number 9. Admit it, you rewatched that one show or movie way too many times and you're not even embarrassed anymore. It's like comfort food, but for your brain. You already know every joke, every plot twist, and that's exactly why it feels so good. No surprises, no emotional roller coasters, just pure, predictable bliss. When life feels chaotic, hitting play on something familiar is like wrapping yourself in a warm blanket. You zone out, quote lines before the characters say them, and laugh even though you know the punchline by heart. Your brain loves the safety of repetition. It's like, hey, we survived this episode 20 times already. Let's do it again. Plus, every rewatch is a tiny act of self-care. Who cares if you know the ending? The journey's the cozy part. Sometimes you even catch details you missed the first 10 times, and it feels like an inside joke just for you. Other people might not get it, but hey, it's your chill time. Nobody can judge your comfort show. Next time you hit replay for the 100th time, just smile. Your brain is simply treating itself. Number 8. There's something weirdly satisfying about rearranging your desk, right? You start out just wanting to clear some crumbs, but 2 hours later, you're organizing pens by color and Googling minimalist desktop inspiration. Suddenly, you're wiping down surfaces, untangling cables, and wondering why you own 3 staplers. It's like hitting a reset button for your brain. The chaos outside can wait. You're building a tiny kingdom of order. Every sticky note lined up, every cord rolled tight, feels like a mini victory against the mess of life. It's not just about being neat. It's about controlling one little corner of the universe when everything else feels nuts. When the dust settles, you sit down and feel lighter, even if your to-do list is still a mile long. Plus, your coffee tastes better when your workspace looks good. Science can't prove it, but you know it's true. It's your way of saying, hey, brain, I got this, even if it's just the desk. Next time you catch yourself rearranging pencils for no reason, smile. You're just giving your mind a fresh start. Number 7. There's something oddly satisfying about eating the exact same breakfast day after day. It's not because it's the best food in the world, but because it's so familiar, your brain doesn't even have to think. Fried eggs and toast? Your brain just hits auto and the whole thing happens like a ritual. You know exactly the smell, the taste, even the little sizzling sound while it's cooking. There's zero surprise here. And that's actually the best part. Mornings are already chaotic with emails, messages, and alarms you snooze one too many times. At least breakfast is your safe zone. No drama, no decisions required. That first bite feels like plugging in your charger for the day. Other people might call it boring, but for you, it's a small corner of control. And sometimes keeping one tiny routine is exactly how you stop yourself from getting swept away by the rest of the day. Number 6. Ever notice how before something big, like an exam, a job interview, or a championship game, you suddenly have to do some weird little ritual? Maybe it's wearing your lucky socks, or tapping the desk 3 times before opening the test paper. It makes zero logical sense, but it feels like life or death if you skip it. Humans are control freaks trapped in a chaotic world. When the outcome's uncertain, Your brain clings to any routine that makes you feel like you've tilted the odds. That magic pen you only use for exams? It's basically a security blanket disguised as stationery. Even pros do it. Athletes tie their shoes a certain way, performers hum the same tune backstage. The ritual doesn't actually change the result, but it changes you. Makes you calmer, sharper, more ready. And sometimes, that tiny boost in confidence is exactly the edge you need to crush whatever's in front of you. Number 5. We've all got that one lucky object tucked away somewhere. Maybe it's a coin you've carried since high school, or that battered keychain you refuse to replace because it's seen you through stuff. Logically, you know it's just metal, plastic, or fabric, nothing magical hiding in there. But your brain, it treats that thing like a personal force field. You reach for it before a big meeting, a game, or even a first date, like it's loading your confidence bar. It doesn't actually change the outcome, but it changes how you walk into the room. You stand a little taller, breathe a little deeper, maybe even smile without realizing it. That's the power of belief. It doesn't have to be real to feel real. And honestly, if a tiny object in your pocket makes you braver, who cares if it's placebo or secret weapon? Number 4. You think you're just switching sides of the bed. Sounds simple, right? But to your brain, this is a full-blown national coup. Last night, you decided to sleep on the left instead of the right, just to mix things up. This morning, you woke up feeling like you were in someone else's house. Your hand reaches over for your phone, only to grab empty air. Your brain immediately sounds the alarm. We've been kidnapped. It's like standing in the shower and suddenly forgetting how water works. Your brain can't handle tiny changes that mess with its sacred routine. There's actual science here. Your brain loves its body map. It knows where everything is the second you open your eyes. Switching sides is like updating your GPS, but forgetting to download the new map. You step out of bed on the wrong side, slam your head into the dresser, and suddenly hate your entire room. Worse, the whole day feels off. Coffee doesn't hit right, work feels weirdly out of sync. Some people even get stressed or struggle to sleep just because someone swapped their pillow or blanket. Yep, your brain is way more stubborn than you think. Science calls this context-dependent memory. When the setting changes, your brain loses its familiar anchors and your sense of safety wobbles. So next time someone laughs at you for freaking out over a bed switch, remember, you're not picky. Your nervous system is staging a full-scale protest. Number 3. You walk into the kitchen and there it is. Someone's drinking from your mug. Not just any mug, but the one you always use. Maybe it's chipped just right or the handle fits your hand perfectly. To anyone else, it's just ceramic. To you, it's personal property, borderline sacred. Your brain immediately flashes a tiny red alert. That's mine! It's not really about the mug. It's about routine, comfort, and the little anchors that make your day feel normal. When someone else uses it, it's like they've stepped into your personal bubble without asking. Sure, you could grab another cup, but it won't feel the same. That first sip just won't hit right, and you'll spend the rest of the coffee feeling off. Turns out, we don't just get attached to people. We get attached to objects that quietly tell our brain, you're home. Number 2, you know those harmless little things you do every morning? Like making coffee in that one mug, playing the same playlist, or folding your blanket just the way you like it. At first, they're just small actions that make your day feel tidier, like sprinkling a little sugar on life. But somehow, they turn into rituals. Break one, and it's like someone just unplugged your entire day. You're pouring coffee and realize your favorite mug is in the dishwasher. Your brain instantly blares the siren like there's a break-in. Why? Your brain loves predictability. These repeated actions are like safe little checkpoints, convincing you that everything is still going according to plan. When that checkpoint is gone, your brain loses its sense of control and reacts like someone just messed up your perfectly organized room. You try using another mug, But the coffee suddenly doesn't taste right. The flavor is the same, but the feeling is wrong. Psychologists call these comfort cues, safety signals your brain attaches to familiar objects or actions. Lose them, and you feel unsettled. The problem is, the more you cling to these little habits, the more they end up controlling you. It's like installing an emotional light switch that anyone can flip to put you in stress mode. So every now and then, shake things up. Change the mug, change the music, change your commute. Just to remind your brain it's not a robot and you're the one pushing the buttons.
Number 1. Sounds weird, but those tiny habits you repeat every day, like drinking the same coffee, sitting in the same cafe seat, or adjusting your chair to the same angle, are actually saving your brain energy. Every time you don't have to think about small stuff, your brain frees up memory space for bigger ideas. It's like closing 20 Facebook tabs on your laptop. Suddenly, it runs way faster. Your brain works the same way. Routines also create a psychological safe zone, letting you feel like everything's in order so your creative side can run wild without stress barging in. That's why so many authors, musicians, and artists have quirky pre-work rituals, from brewing tea in a very specific order to taking the exact same 15-minute walk. For some, just sitting in their work chair flips their brain into go mode. When you give your brain familiar cues, it responds like, it's creativity time. And suddenly, the ideas start flooding in. These pointless routines also help you focus longer because they reduce mental noise. The kind where you're working, but your brain suddenly goes, "What's for lunch?" Studies show that people who keep a few fixed daily habits can slip into flow state faster. That zone where you work so deeply you forget time exists. So if someone teases you for drinking the same coffee every morning or sitting in the same spot at work, remember, you're not boring. You're hacking your brain to be more creative.